All right. Now we are in the last session of today's class. In this session, we are going to discuss succession planning. So, if we want to promote inside candidates to a very important position, say to a position of a CEO or the head of marketing or head of HR, we must groom them, right? We must prepare them for such huge roles. How do we prepare them? Through succession planning. Now, what is succession planning? Succession planning is a process of identifying and developing new leaders who can replace current leaders when they leave, retire, or die. Now, in general, we all know who a successor is, right? So, in a family setting, you guys are the successor or Uttaradhikar in your family, right? So, one day you are going to take the responsibility in your family. Similarly, succession planning refers to the same thing in an organizational setting. So when the heads of the organization or the kings, the queens of the organization leave, retire, or die, who is going to take that position? Who is going to take the next lead role? So we address all of these questions in succession planning. So again, through succession planning, we identify who is going to be the next kings, the next queens, or the next CEO, next head of marketing, next head of HR of the organization. And also, we develop the skills and qualities of these going to be new leaders so that they can become successful CEOs in the future. Now, preparing the inside candidates and training them for such a huge role is not just a one-day task. It's huge. It takes a lot of time to prepare them. We need to train them. We need to increase their skills for years, right? It's not a one-day task. It's not like after the CEO leaves, we suddenly start looking for the next CEO. We prepare potential candidates for years. And that is why in many organizations, preparing the next generation CEO or the next leaders start from the very beginning of a person's career. And I'm sure all of you who are listening to this video are going to be a part of that training as well. Let me give you an example here. Look at these examples. Unilever Future Leaders Program, then Gen Next Leader Management Trainee Program of bKash, and Next Business Leader Program of Grameenphone. All of these are basically management trainee programs, right? Now, what is the main purpose of opening these programs? It is to prepare fresh graduates to become next generation leaders, next generation chief executive officer. So as you can see, from the very beginning of your career, all of you will be treated as management trainees of different organizations. Why? So that you can become next generation CEOs of Google, next generation CEOs of Coca-Cola, and many other reputed companies. So yes, succession planning in many organizations start from the very beginning of many people's career. So this is all about today's lecture. So in today's class, we have covered workforce planning. We have also seen how to forecast demand of candidates and how to forecast supply of candidates. And finally, we have seen how to prepare the next generation kings of an organization. That's all for today. See you in the next class.